got going on here. Put a little bit of time and money, and I've had it for a little bit, and I'm trying to decide if I want to go four-wheel drive or not. It is only two-wheel drive. Go over a couple of the things that I've done to it to make it kind of Motovan worthy, adventure worthy, kind of not really van life worthy, but sufficient for the weekends. So it's 2006 Duramax diesel, extended wheelbase, LBZ, but it doesn't have the Allison transmission. So it's got 166,000 on it so far. Transmission rebuilt at 135-ish because it lost the transmission. The van has the 4L80 and it couldn't handle what the Duramax was putting out. Just kind of hose it off. As you can see, it's pretty hazy out here today over in Washington with a lot of the fires from Washington, Oregon, and California in September. The leveling kit blocks, I think it's supposed to be a 3-inch leveling kit, and then some blocks in the rear, 1.5 inches to kind of give it a little bit taller stance to get the, I guess, like kind of 33s under it. Not quite the 35s that some of the vans use with the 5-inch lift, but I think it gives it a good stance. Those were pretty easy to install. Did it myself with a buddy. You can get those through WeldTech Designs, or I got mine on eBay for a little bit cheesier style. I got a Go Rhino brush guard for the Chevy Express van. I think it also fits on like the Suburban or Tahoe or whatever. Pretty easy to install. It's not super, meant for like a winch and heavy duty stuff, but it gives it a little bit tougher look anyways. Fashion over function, right? And then I mounted up some light bars, some little 8-inch light bars for fog lights. My Coug plates, go Coug, for Washington State University. Base with the barn doors on the side. Got window tint. I think it's about right at legal limit, 5%. And some of these, my brother calls them cigarette guards for people who smoke, but it's pretty nice to have the windows cracked when it's raining. Still get some fresh air when you're camping out, to get some fresh air circulated. Exhaust, guy who I bought it from did that before me. He's got a pretty good exhaust note. It's got the back windows tinted, and this is where I haul the bikes. Pretty much stickered it up since they're useless anyways. I scoped this out in California. A guy had this on hinges with some extra storage, chain lubes and oils and jumper cables and funnels and extra straps and stuff in there. And I put a little knob here, and then it just uses the same little clicking mechanism as the factory. This is the back. I got a diesel heater off eBay, installed that. I was going to plumb it into the diesel tank, but I'm not exactly sure if it needed like a primer, like a lift pump from the tank, and I didn't really want to mess with any of the factory settings on the van, so I just installed the auxiliary tank back here. It works awesome for that tiny cab space up there. It gets too hot almost. I mounted, I'll show you up front, but mounted that back here, and then the fuel line runs through the wall. Kind of a cheesy setup. The detail, the fit and finish isn't the best. I just kind of thrash it every weekend, so it's always got bikes in and out, and I didn't really care to make it too fashionable. It works. I got some hooks here to hold some things. I did redo the wall that it had in it and put a shelf, and bastardized a canopy that I had, as my dad likes to say, and took the slider window out of it. So it's got a shelf, got some hooks for some can haul 3 big motorcycles, all frontwards, and some gear and stuff in the back. On the top, my brother, weld fabricator, he's got a video that he made for us putting together this roof rack. I think it's 11 feet long with the ladder. We kind of copied the Aluminess look, all aluminum. Basically, we did it ourselves. Just kind of spec'd out the van and drew it up and worked on it for about a week, and then had it powder coated and threw it up there, and it's worked out awesome. So since then, I've got an outdoor shower that I watched a couple videos on YouTube on how to put together. I just have it strapped for now. I didn't really want to do a full-on fabrication job on the roof rack. I want to be able to take it off if I don't need it. Basically just a hose bib that I fit onto a cap with a Schrader valve. And I'll show you the pump setup that I have. So I got the shower sitting here with the nozzle, and then I got pipe thread to the shower head, and I use that when we're camping to get a good rinse off. Stays pretty warm. So here's the shower hooked up to the pump. Shower is ready to go. I got water in here. I found this pump at Harbor Freight pretty cheap. I think it was 40 bucks, and then I got the larger battery for it. I forget the specs, but it's pretty cool. I've seen people use like a Schrader pump, bicycle pump to pump these up. That's a pain in the ass. This thing makes it so much nicer. You set it to the PSI you want. So I usually pump it to about 20 PSI. Sorry, I should have had that already done for the video. And then you click it on. Crack the valve, and you got your shower. It's pretty warm. And then if you reset this, if you start to lose pressure, give it a restart. It's pretty cool. It shuts itself off once it's primed. It unfortunately doesn't start back up, so you just gotta restart the power button, and then it'll shut off once it's primed. So that keeps pressure to it. I'm not gonna use too much more water. We're going camping this weekend. So this is the roof rack. We got 3-inch flat bar running the length of it. Yakima Rocket Box on Facebook Marketplace, 100 bucks. It was a little bit weathered and it's pretty dusty now, but if you pressure wash it and give it some WD-40 to put some moisture back into the plastic, it looks all right. So that's a big addition. Throw the lawn chairs and the camp stuff and all your other bits and stuff in there, the garbage. On this other side, since this is kind of the side that you use for entry and everything, I have this ARB touring awning that's worked awesome so far. It's an 8-foot awning, so it doesn't quite fill the rack, but that's fine. It's not very aesthetically pleasing, but it works. And it tucks away super nice. It takes two of us to kind of unfold it. Takes a couple minutes, but it's worth its efforts when you're all set up at camp. I have a deep cycle RV battery that's not off solar power or anything right now. It'd be nice to get some solar panels up there, or plumb it into the van's alternator to where I can have it charging all the time. I really don't use much power, so let's get into the messy inside. So I haven't tucked away anything yet. This is kind of a work in progress / use in progress. So this is the LED light I got off eBay. It's I think a little 8-inch RV floodlight. And yeah, my craftsmanship is just not the best. I try and throw it together and get on the road. All the stuff to keep it up out of the way, and then the shelf with the window. The inside's kind of finished out, but kind of also a work in progress with some half-ass trim work. Here is the heater control. It's run off the battery, the 12-volt fan, and then basically it's running the glow plugs off the diesel, and it pumps out the heat. It's the summertime now, but it's over there in the corner. Sub, my camping stove, and my battery with an inverter. The inverter, yeah, and you can plug in and then charge your phone, which I just don't find myself using a whole bunch of power. So here's the bench folded out. It fits in here nice and snug. I mean, it's from basically the door all the way to the wall over there, and just about to the front seats. I think it's a full bed, not a twin bed, but a full bed. I got this out of a conversion van out of the junkyard for I think $100. I had it reupholstered recently. It had some tears and some new foam put on it. That was not cheap. That was about almost 700 bucks. Reusing this cover. Came with some seat belts, but I haven't put those in. I haven't really had many people back here that I need them. Pretty well done up when I bought it. And it's got flip down DVD that I don't really use. It has behind that coat hanger some input jacks for a PlayStation or Xbox, but it's just AV cable, so it'd be pretty low quality. In-dash kind of nav stereo, but no DVD player anymore, so that is basically worthless. So I'm gonna figure out how to do a light or some different lights. So yeah, works good. The window tint makes it nice so the sun's not beating in on you. I thought about putting some curtains up, but it seems like a lot of fabrication and stuff just for a little extra shade when you can't even see in there anyways. So for the fog lights, I found an auxiliary fuse in the fuse panel. Have the wire set up through there. It's kind of cheesy, maybe. I have a switch here for the fog light. So they're wired into the ignition if I forget to shut the switch off. I usually just leave the switch on all the time, and then I shut the key off. YouTube and a lot of help from eBay and the internet, and kind of sourcing parts and things just to kind of make it look like I don't have a child molester van. I teach school, so we're kind of camping on a budget. If I ever have to drive this to work, I don't want to look like whoever would be driving a white van around a school. Adventure van, not four-wheel drive, but hopefully someday. Just dang expensive. Weld Tech Designs help.